She poisoned my bourbon. At our 27th anniversary bash in a glitzy Miami rooftop bar, surrounded by our kids and my law firm partners, I raised my glass to toast Nora, my wife, my everything. Then a stranger hissed she'd spiked my drink. I swapped. Our glasses, watched her collapse, and uncovered a betrayal so raw it gutted me in one heart-stopping night. The bar pulsed with neon lights, all sleek glass and ocean views. Nora, red-haired, fierce, wore a silver dress that clung like a lover's. Promise. Her laugh was sharp, a weapon she wielded for charm or control. I stood, bourbon in hand, voice cracking. To Nora, my fire, my forever. Our kids, Mia and Lucas, clapped. My partners grinned. The DJ spun our old Motown song, the one we kissed to under stars. Too perfect. Too fake. Nora's eyes glinted, cold, like she was sizing me up. I mumbled about the restroom, needing escape. That's when my world exploded. A woman darted in, petite, in a crimson jacket, no one from the party. She locked the door, voice shaking. Your wife slipped something in your bourbon, Ian. I saw her at the bar during Mia's toast, stirring in a powder. She smirked like it was a game. My heart stopped. I stared, begging for a punchline. None came. She laughed, the woman whispered, eyes wide. I'm sorry. She vanished. My hands shook, bourbon's burn still on my lips. The mirror showed a ghost, me, hollow, betrayed. I stumbled back, the rooftop spinning, music pounding like my pulse. Nora giggled with Caleb, my junior partner, her fingers grazing his wrist. Too close, too intimate. I sat, vision blurring. Her glass sparkled, bourbon glinting under neon. Mine matched. I swapped them, quick, silent, like a thief. Guilt clawed me, but rage won. I hadn't poisoned her. She had. Nora raised her glass, eyes mocking. To eternity, Ian, I clinked, choking on fury. Eternity? You snake! 8 minutes later, dessert hit the table. Key lime pie, her obsession. Nora's laugh turned shrill, her lipstick smearing. She slurred at Caleb, then stood. Her knees buckled. Crash! Her glass shattered, bourbon pooling like blood. The crowd froze. Nora! I lunged, catching her, playing the frantic husband. Baby, what's wrong? Her eyes rolled, words mush. Guests gasped. Too much booze, they figured. I knew the truth. She'd tried to drug me, but I'd flipped her venom back. My blood boiled. I propped her up, her head slumping on Caleb's shoulder. That's when it hit. The late client calls. The charity galas. Caleb's smug grins. I'd been a fool. I didn't crack. Not yet. Under the table, I texted my old law school buddy, Ray, a PI with a knack for dirt. Dig into Nora and Caleb, texts, emails, hotel records, everything. Now! The DJ blasted on, clueless. Nora mumbled Caleb's name, her voice a slur. I leaned close, voice ice. Rest, darling. Big night. She didn't know I'd seen her mask slip. Not yet. But I was about to torch her perfect lie, and she'd burn for thinking she could bury me. My blood was lava, but I played the doting husband. Nora slumped in her chair, eyes half closed, mumbling nonsense. Caleb hovered, his fake concern making my skin crawl. I wanted to scream, to smash his smug face, but not here, not now. The rooftop. Bar buzzed, oblivious to the bomb ticking in my chest. I had to move fast. Her poison was meant for me. I guided Nora to a corner booth, away from prying eyes. Her silver dress shimmered, mocking me with its perfection. Just rest, babe, I said, voice steady, though my hands shook. Guests whispered, assuming she'd overdone the bourbon. If only they knew. Caleb followed, his hand brushing her shoulder. She okay, Ian? He asked, eyes darting. I forced a smile. She's fine. Just needs air. Liar. I wanted to choke him, but I needed proof first. Back at the table, I scanned the crowd. Mia and Lucas laughed with friends, unaware their mother had tried to drug their dad. My phone buzzed. Ray, my PI buddy. Checking Nora's phone records now. Caleb's too. Give me an hour. An hour? I needed answers now. Nora stirred, her head lolling. Ian, she slurred, you're too serious. I leaned close, whispering, What was in my drink, Nora? Her eyes flickered, but she just giggled. My stomach churned. I excused myself, slipping to the bar's edge, the Miami skyline glittering like a cruel joke. I texted Ray again. Hotel, records, credit cards, hurry! Then I noticed Caleb's phone on the table unlocked, buzzing. I grabbed it, heart pounding. A text from N. "Meet me at the Palms, room 412 Thursday." My vision blurred. The Palms? Our anniversary hotel. I scrolled. Photos. Nora in lingerie. Caleb grinning. Months of texts. Months of lies. My knees nearly buckled. I snapped photos of his screen, hands shaking, rage boiling. Back at the booth, Nora was sipping water, trying to rally. Caleb hovered. Oblivious I'd cracked his secret. "Feeling better, babe?" I asked, voice sweet as poison. She nodded, dazed. "Too much bourbon?" she mumbled. I smirked. "Sure, Nora, sure." I texted Ray the photos, adding, "Find room 412's records now." My mind raced. How long had they laughed behind my back? The party dragged on, music pounding, but I was in a haze. I played the part, smiling, toasting, joking, while my world burned. Nora stood wobbly, clinging to Caleb. "Take me home," she whispered to him. Not me. My heart cracked, but I stayed calm. "I'll drive, babe," I said, grabbing her arm. Caleb hesitated, then backed off. Good. I wasn't done with him. Not by a long shot. In the car, Nora slumped against the window, silent. Mia and Lucas sat in the back, quiet, sensing the tension. "Mom okay?" Mia asked. "Just tired," I lied, gripping the wheel. The city lights blurred past, each one a stab of betrayal. At home, I carried Nora to bed, her dress crumpled, her beauty a lie. She passed out, snoring, defenseless. Didn't sleep. I went to the garage, dug out my old surveillance kit, cameras, trackers, mics. I'd bought it during a paranoid phase, thinking I was crazy. Turns out I wasn't paranoid enough. I crept to her car, a black BMW I'd gifted her for her 40th. Under the dashboard, I planted a tracker. In her purse, I found a burner phone, hidden in a makeup pouch. My hands shook as I photographed it. Evidence. Back upstairs, I stared at her sleeping form. 27 years, and this was her gift to me? A knife in the back. Ray texted, "Palms Hotel, room 412. Booked every Thursday for 6 months. Fake names. I'm pulling footage." My chest burned. I was done being her fool. Tomorrow, I'd start tearing her world apart. Nora woke up chipper, sipping espresso like she hadn't tried to poison me. "Wild night, huh?" she said, smirking. I wanted to scream, but I played along, stirring my coffee. "Yeah, wild." My voice was calm, but inside, I was a volcano. Ray's evidence was piling up, and I was ready to burn her lies to ash. I spent the morning pretending, kissing her cheek, asking about her day. She babbled about a client lunch, her eyes dodging mine. Liar? I nodded, smiling, while my phone buzzed with Ray's updates. Hotel receipts, Nora and Caleb under aliases, champagne orders. 6 months of betrayal every Thursday while I worked late to keep her in designer heels. My chest ached, but rage kept me sharp. I had to stay cool. For Mia, for Lucas, for my revenge. By noon, Ray sent a bombshell. Security footage from the eye at Palms. Nora, giggling, arm looped through Caleb's, stumbling into room 412. Her hair was messy, his shirt half unbuttoned. I watched it on my laptop in the garage, volume low, each frame a dagger. She laughed like she hadn't with me in years. I didn't cry. I burned. I saved the video, my hands steady now. This wasn't just evidence, it was a weapon. I called Ray. "Get their texts, emails, everything." He hesitated. "Ian, this is heavy." "You sure?" I snapped. "I'm sure. She tried to drug me." He promised results by tonight. I hid the surveillance kit back in the garage, under old paint cans. Nora was in the shower, humming, oblivious. I checked her burner phone. Again, new texts to see, "Miss you." Thursday can't come soon enough. My vision went red. Thursday? Not this time. That afternoon, I took Mia and Lucas to the beach, needing air. They splashed in the waves, laughing, but I saw their glances, worried, sensing cracks. "Is Mom okay?" Lucas asked, tossing a frisbee. "She's fine," I lied, my throat tight. I couldn't tell them yet. Not until I had everything. Back home, Nora was napping, her purse open. I slipped in a tiny mic, my heart pounding. If she whispered to Caleb, I'd hear it. Dinner was torture. Nora chatted about work, her smile. Plastic. I nodded, cutting my steak, imagining it was her lies. My phone buzzed. Ray again. "Got texts. They're bad, Ian. Real bad." I excused myself, locked in the bathroom, and read. Nora to Caleb. "He's so clueless. Let's skip town after the deal closes." "Deal?" My law firm's merger? My blood froze. She wasn't just cheating, she was sabotaging my career. I returned, face blank. Nora laughed at Mia's joke, but her eyes flicked to her phone. Caleb, I knew it. Big day tomorrow? I asked, casual. She stiffened. Just meetings. Sure, Nora, meetings. I texted Ray under the table. Check her firm's merger files now. If she was playing me for a fool, I'd flip the board. That night, she slept like an angel. I didn't. I wired her BMW with a mic, my hands steady with purpose. By midnight, Ray sent more. Emails between Nora and Caleb, planning to siphon merger funds. She'd used my firm's access codes. My codes. My stomach churned. 27 years, and she'd sold me out for cash and cheap thrills. I stared at her sleeping, her face soft, innocent. A lie. I whispered, "You're done, Nora." She didn't stir. Tomorrow I'd light the fuse, and her perfect world would explode. Nora thought she'd won, prancing around in her yoga gear, oblivious to the storm I was brewing. My hands itched to confront her, but I waited, plotting. Ray's evidence was a ticking bomb. Texts, videos, bank transfers. She'd betrayed me, our kids, my firm. I set the stage for her downfall, and it was going to be a public, soul-crushing spectacle. Morning came, and Nora was all smiles, sipping her latte, texting C on her burner phone. I caught a glimpse, mergers set. We're golden. My blood boiled. She was stealing my firm's future. I played dumb, kissing her forehead. Big day, babe? She nodded, eyes sly. Just closing deals. Liar, I texted Ray. Get merger docs, I want her nailed. He replied, on it. Be careful, Ian. Careful? I was past that. I dropped Mia and Lucas at school, their faces tight. Dad, you okay? Mia asked, clutching her backpack. I forced a grin. Never better. My lie tasted bitter, but I couldn't drag them into this. Not yet. Back home, I checked the mic in Nora's BMW. Her voice crackled through my earbuds, talking to Caleb. Ian's clueless. After the merger, we're out. Barbados, baby. Barbados? With my money? My fists clenched, knuckles white. Ray called, at noon. Jackpot, Ian. Nora's funneling merger funds to an offshore account. Caleb's signing the transfers. I've got bank records, emails, everything. I paced the garage, heart pounding. Send it all, now! The files hit my inbox, damning proof. Nora had used my login to access the firm's accounts, siphoning thousands weekly. My career, my legacy, gutted for her fling. I wanted to scream, but I had a better plan. I set up for Friday's firm gala, a black tie event at the Miami Four Seasons. Nora thought it was her victory lap, schmoozing partners, sealing the merger. She didn't know I'd invited Ray, armed with a USB drive of her crimes. I dressed sharp, hiding my rage behind a tailored suit. Nora dazzled in emerald silk, her laugh echoing as she worked the room. Caleb trailed her, smirking like he owned the place. Not for long. At the gala, I mingled, shaking hands, toasting clients. Nora flirted with Caleb by the bar, her hand on his arm. My stomach twisted, but I stayed cool. Ray slipped me the USB. You sure about this? He whispered. I nodded. She ends tonight. The gala's keynote was my moment. I took the stage, spotlight hot, my voice steady. To our firm's future, I said, raising a glass. Everyone clapped. Nora beamed, clueless. Then I dropped the bomb. But first, a special announcement. I plugged in the USB and the screen lit up. Nora and Caleb, tangled in room 412, grainy but unmistakable. Gasps rippled through the crowd. I clicked again. Bank records, texts, her voice plotting to flee. Nora, my wife, and Caleb, my partner, thought they could steal from us, I roared. The room froze. Nora's face drained, her glass slipping, shattering on the marble floor. She lunged for the stage, screaming, Ian, you bastard! I held up a hand. Save it, Nora! You drugged my drink, betrayed our kids, and robbed our firm! I played, the mic recording, her Barbados plan, her mocking laugh. Partners stared, horrified. Caleb bolted for the door, but security grabbed him. Mia and Lucas weren't there. I'd spared them this circus, but the firm's board saw it all. Nora's eyes darted, no escape. You're lying, she shrieked, mascara streaking. I tossed her burner phone on the table. Explain this then, the crowd murmured, phones out, recording her collapse. She turned to the partners, pleading. He's jealous, unhinged. But the evidence was ironclad. A senior partner stood. Nora, you're fired. Caleb, too. Cheers erupted. I stepped off the stage, leaving her in the wreckage. She grabbed my arm, nails digging. "You'll regret this." I leaned close. "You're already dead to me." I walked out, the night air cool, my chest light for the first time in months. Nora's screams faded behind me. Ray met me outside, grinning. "You okay, man?" I nodded. "Better than ever." My phone buzzed. Mia. "Dad, what's happening? Mom's not answering." I took a breath. "I'll explain soon, kid. Promise." The gala burned behind me, but I was free. Nora's empire of lies was ash, and I was just getting started. Nora's world collapsed, but I wasn't done. Her screams from the gala echoed in my head, fuel for my fire. She thought she could drug me, steal my life, and walk away? No chance. I had evidence, rage, and a plan to bury her for good. Miami's humid night wrapped around me. But I felt alive, unstoppable, ready to rebuild on her ruins. I drove home. The city's neon blur a stark contrast to my clarity. Nora's betrayal wasn't just personal. It was a heist. She'd siphoned $200,000 from the firm, my firm, for her Barbados fantasy with Caleb. Ray's files were gold. Bank transfers, fake invoices, her signatures. I called my lawyer, Tessa, at 1 a.m. "File for divorce. Full custody of Mia and Lucas. Use everything. Fraud, adultery, the drugging." Tessa's voice was sharp. "This is a slam dunk, Ian. She's toast." I hung up, my pulse electric. Nora would pay. By morning, Nora was gone. Her BMW sat empty, her closet half cleared. A note on the counter read, "You'll never understand me. No apology, just venom." I crumpled it, tossed it in the trash. Good riddance. I checked the tracker on her car, parked at a seedy motel near the airport. With Caleb? Pathetic. I texted Ray, "Taylor, I want every move." He replied, "Already on it. She's spiraling." I sat Mia and Lucas down, their faces pale. "Your mom made bad choices," I said, voice steady. "She hurt us, stole from my work. We're getting divorced." Mia's eyes welled up. "Did she ever love us?" My heart cracked. "She loved her version of you, but I'm here, always." Lucas hugged me, silent. Their pain cut deeper than Nora's lies, but I swore they'd heal with me. Ray's next update was a gut punch. Nora and Caleb at the motel, arguing, her yelling about ruined plans. He sent photos, her mascara streaked, him shoving a suitcase in a rental car. I forwarded it to Tessa, adding, "Push for no alimony. She's got nothing." Then I found her burner phone left in her rush. New texts to Caleb. "He'll pay for humiliating me. I'll ruin him. My blood ran cold. Ruin me?" "Try it, Nora." I fortified the house, changed locks, upgraded security, hid cameras. If she came back, I'd be ready. By noon, Tessa called. "Papers are drafted. Fraud charges are filed with the DA. Nora's facing jail time." Jail? Perfect. I imagined her in orange, her charm useless behind bars. But I needed more. I met Ray at a diner, his laptop open. "She's booked a flight to Barbados, one way. Caleb's not on it." I smirked. "She's dumping him already?" That night. I took Mia and Lucas to our old pizza joint, trying to rebuild normalcy. They laughed, tossing napkins, but their eyes were heavy. "Will Mom go to jail?" Lucas asked. I sighed. "Maybe. She broke the law." Mia nodded, fierce. "She deserves it." My kids, stronger than I'd hoped. Back home, I checked the mic in Nora's purse, still with her at the motel. Her voice slurred to Caleb. "You're useless. Ian's winning." I laughed, bitter. Winning? I was surviving. The next day, Tessa dropped a bomb. "Nora's lawyer wants a deal. Sign the divorce, no fraud charges. She's desperate." I laughed, cold. "No deal. She burns." I sent Tessa the motel photos, the burner texts. Add, "Attempted poisoning to the charges." Tessa whistled. "You're ruthless, Ian." "Damn right. Nora thought she could play victim. I'd show her justice." Ray texted. "She's at the airport, alone, crying." Good. Let her drown in her own mess. I gathered Mia and Lucas, showed them the house deed, mine, transferred months ago when I first smelled Nora's lies. "This is ours," I said. "She can't touch it." Mia hugged me. "You're enough, Dad." My throat tightened. I wasn't just enough. I was their rock. That night, I burned Nora's note in the backyard, the flames licking high. Her words turned to ash, like her lies. I texted Ray. "Keep tracking. I want her every step." He replied, "She's boarded. Barbados bound. I'll find her contacts. There. Nora could run, but she couldn't hide. I'd make sure her new life started in handcuffs, and I'd sleep soundly knowing I'd won, not just for me, but for Mia, for Lucas, for the man I was before her poison. Nora fled to Barbados thinking she'd escaped. She was wrong. Her lies, her theft, her poison, they followed her like a shadow. I rebuilt my life piece by piece with Mia and Lucas, but I wasn't done. I wanted her to face the wreckage she'd caused. The final blow was coming, and it would be a spectacle she'd never forget. I woke to silence, the house calm without Nora's heels clicking or her fake laughter. Mia and Lucas ate cereal, giggling over a dumb meme. Their smiles were real now, healing. I checked the tracker. Nora's BMW was still at the motel, abandoned. Ray's update hit. She's in Barbados, holed up in a beach condo. Caleb's out. Dumped her at the airport. I grinned. Alone? Perfect. Her empire was crumbling. Tessa called, voice sharp. DA's pressing charges. Fraud, embezzlement, attempted poisoning. They want her extradited. Extradited? I pictured Nora, dragged off a beach in cuffs, her tan fading behind bars. Push it, I said. No mercy. Tessa laughed. You're a machine, Ian. No, I was a man done bleeding. I texted Ray, find her condo, get local contacts. He replied, got a guy, she's partying, clueless. I focused on the kids, taking them to a Dolphins game. Their cheers drowned out the ache in my chest. Lucas high-fived me. Mia snapped selfies. Normalcy felt like victory. But at night, I pored over Ray's files, Nora's Barbados bank account, linked to my firm's stolen funds. She was living large on my dime. My blood boiled. I sent Tessa the account details. Freeze it. Now. She did. Nora's paradise was about to dry up. A week later, Ray sent a video. Nora at a beach bar, drunk, yelling at a bartender over a declined card. Her hair was stringy, her dress cheap. No more emerald silk. I laughed cold. She's broke, Ray texted. Locals say she's begging for loans. Begging? Nora, the queen of control? I savored it. Then Tessa called. Extradition's approved. Barbados police are moving. My heart raced. It was happening. I planned the final strike. My firm's partners, still reeling from Nora's fraud, agreed to a press conference. I'd expose her, not just to Miami, but the world. I invited the kids' aunt, Sarah, Nora's sister, who'd cut her off after the gala. Sarah arrived, eyes red but fierce. I'm sorry, Ian. I never saw her darkness. I hugged her. None of us did. We bonded over coffee. Her laughter. Warm, real, a contrast to Nora's venom. The press conference was electric. Cameras flashed, reporters scribbled. I stood tall, voice clear. Nora betrayed our firm, our family, our trust. She stole, lied, and tried to poison me. I played the gala footage, her with Caleb, the bank records, her voice plotting. The room gasped. Social media exploded. Nora Falls trended. Sarah squeezed my hand. You're free, Ian. I nodded, chest light. I was. That night, Ray sent a live feed. Barbados police storming Nora's condo. She screamed, hair wild as they cuffed her. This is Ian's fault, she shrieked, makeup streaking. I watched, stone cold, as they dragged her out. Mia and Lucas didn't see it. I'd shielded them. But I told them, Mom's facing justice. Mia nodded. Good. She chose this. Lucas hugged me. Love you, Dad. My eyes stung. Love. Real love. The next morning, I took the kids to the beach, the same one Nora hated for its common vibe. We built a sandcastle, laughing as waves crashed. My phone buzzed. A news alert. Miami lawyer's wife extradited for fraud, poisoning attempt. I didn't read it. I didn't need to. Nora was a ghost now, her lies buried in the sand of her failed escape. Weeks later, Sarah came over, her smile soft. We cooked dinner, the kids joking with her, no tension, no masks. She stayed late, our talk easy, her hand brushing mine. You're different, Ian, she said. Stronger. I smiled. I had to be. The stars outside gleamed, no weight on my chest, just air, just now. Nora's last jab, a voicemail, deleted unheard, meant nothing. I wasn't her victim, I was my own resurrection. The explosive end? Nora's trial hit the news like a hurricane. She pleaded guilty, sobbing, no charm left, sentenced to 7 years, her reputation ash. I didn't attend. Instead, I took Mia, Lucas, and Sarah to that Miami rooftop bar. We reclaimed it. Pizza, laughter, no poison. As we toasted to new beginnings, Mia whispered, "You're happy, Dad." I was. I'd burned Nora's lies, built a life on truth, and walked away a king. And here it is, the finale of today's story. Did everything turn out as you imagined? Or did it end unexpectedly? I'd love to hear what you think. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and let's dive into the discussion together. If this story kept you in suspense, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't signed up yet, what are you waiting for? This is your chance to join an incredible community where exciting new stories unfold every day. Click the subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date. Thanks for your attention and see you on your new adventures.